Okay, this is Coach Dez here. We're going to talk about Week 12. There's a lot that's going on in Week 12. So, a team did fire their coach and general manager. And I think I am encouraged to. I'm going to apply again. Also, I can't wait till football season start again. I am branching out on my own. I'm going to take 3 teams and I'm going to take them all the way to the national championship. We lost a couple of weeks ago, 6-0 to a team here, and they just played this past weekend in Tennessee, and they lost 6-0. See, and now they're going to be heading to the championship game down in Florida. I have a problem is when I try to tell the guys how to play the teams, they tell me, no, we can't keep running the same plays. But you know what? Two teams, they ran the same play, 7 times. They went 75 yards into the end zone and won, playing the same path. They ran it right. I also seen another team that did to the left, got in the end zone and won. So don't give me that we can't keep running the same until they change personnels or change how they're going to run or to stop us. We're going to keep running the same play until they do it. And that's what I'm saying. That's what these numbers are about. These numbers are to show you the weakness and strengths of teams. And if you don't sit here and pay attention, this is what happens. You sleep on it. And this is how you get a win in the win column and a loss, L in the loss column. So now, this is the Seahawks versus the Eagles in Week 12. Now, exactly last year, Week 12, the Seahawks beat the Eagles 17-9. Last year, the Seahawks averaged 25 points per game. They gave up 24.87 points per game. The Eagles averaged 23 points per game, and they gave up 23 points per game. This year, the Seahawks averaged 31.8 points per game, and they give up 28.7 points per game. They got a little bit better, but their defense got worse. The Eagles averaged 22 points per game this year, and they give up 25.4. They stayed the same, and they got a little worse on defense. So let's see how the Eagles can beat the Seahawks, or the Seahawks can beat the Eagles. So with that, I'm going to say this. The Eagles don't have it together. As you can see, they average 4.25 sacks per game, and they average 1.88 interceptions per game. They average 1.63 fumbles. The Seahawks average 2.75 sacks on defense. They average 1.12 interception and 1 fumble. They're getting that. They're going to get all of that. But rushing right and rushing left, they average about 5.79 and 4.82. Passing, they're good in passing right, middle, and left, because they're averaging 10-2, 11-3, and 10-4. So if you get the lead, as you can see, this first half, if you look at how they pass right in here, I would then go and switch to running if you have the lead. I would then run, because look at where you give up the most sacks in every quarter except for the third. 9, 10, 5, 10. You are going to get, okay, you're not going to make it. That's too many. Look at the interceptions, especially in the third quarter. You're throwing too much. You're trying to make something happen. And I understand why, because you get off to a slow start in the fourth quarter, first quarter, second quarter, and the third quarter. And then you try to come alive in the fourth quarter. And I'll show you that as far as points is concerned. That's why you're passing the ball all the time. And this is the reason why you're getting sacked so much, because you're trying to find your open man downfield instead of just run the damn ball. Run it. And then when your defense is trying to stop the guys from running, then you're going to have a man-to-man out there or one-on-one where you can pass the ball to safely. But for now, this is why you're getting killed. Because you're holding the ball too long. You're trying to make something happen down the field. And you're trying to play catch up. It's time to stop that. If you want to keep their offense off the field, you're going to have to do a lot of running. And your best bet is rushing left or rushing right. So let's see if the defense will allow it. They will allow it on the right side because they give up 4.67. But you're not getting nowhere down the middle or to the left. Down the middle, passing down the middle, they average 14.62. They give up 10.7 in the right and 11.1 on the left. But I'm telling you, their defense is coming after you, and it's mainly in the second and in the third quarter that they go after the quarterbacks. They don't go after them in the first quarter. As you can see, they only have 1 sack in the first quarter. But the second, third, and fourth, they even look at the interceptions. In the fourth quarter, they get the majority of their interceptions. Look at this. 5 fumbles they have in the third quarter. That means for every sack is probably a fumble. And this is what you need to worry about, because they'll capitalize on the points. So let's look at how the Seahawks offense will go up against the Eagles defense. Okay, so the Seahawks are strong, look at this, and running the ball. And we know that. We know that because of the quarterback, as well as he's got some receivers. They're averaging 4.7 right, 4.36 middle, 5.41 rushing left. They also average 11.5 passing right, 11.3 passing down the middle, and 13.7 passing left. But right here, I worry about this. You have 6 sacks in the first quarter, 10 in the second, and 5 in the third, 5 in the fourth. You're averaging 3.25 sacks per game. This is all based on 8 games and not 10. So for interceptions, again, this fourth quarter is where you get hit hardest. So you're averaging 1 sack per game. Fumbles, right here in the second quarter. For every sack, there's probably a fumble from you. That's got to be cleaned up. So you're averaging almost 1 fumble per game. Now, let's see what the Eagles defense will do. They're going to get you in the fourth quarter. But the good thing about it is you only have 5 sacks in the fourth, but they give 11. So they're averaging 3.5 sacks per game. They're getting that 3.5 because you give up 3 anyway. Interceptions, 0.5. They're not really interception type team, but they do get the fumble. They're averaging 1 fumble per game, and you're going to give them that. But look at this. They shut pretty much the run game down, but you don't need much for the run game. But this is where their weakness is, right down the middle, 11.8. Now let's break that down. Look at this. Passing down the middle in the first quarter, 12.1 they give up. Passing down the middle in the second quarter, 14.7. Whoever's in this spot right here, because you don't make the changes until the second half. And I already told you, you get off to a slow start and you need to stop that. So 10.5, and then all of a sudden, now 2 outside. They're giving up more yards. 11.2 to the right and 11.6 to the left. You gotta stop that. You gotta tighten these holes up. You gotta be, so whether it be one safety in the back or two safeties in the back, this has got to be cleaned up. So there is just no way I can see you beating the Seahawks offense with this type of defense, because you're giving up way too much. So with that being said, what I have is the average yards per carry from rushing right to passing left. But this is the points I'm looking at, as well as sacks, fumbles, and interceptions per quarter. So I said the Seahawks win by 8. The score will be 32. Well, actually this says 10, but I'm saying 8 because of what they give up and how they give it up. And the Eagles will have 22. So with that being said, peace out.